They're not even good for your heart. Like, it's a lie. That little B is just selling lies.
We know who the thick boys are in this group.
Okay, well, you said crunch berries.
Yeah, that's what the box says.
You kind of won Wimbledon.
It's like Nadal. Johnson.
And the boat has like 25, 30 other people on it. And the guy gets on the speaker and goes, "We're sorry, everyone. We have to turn the boat around." I was praying that my name was not going to be called.
This is the most Isner thing I've ever heard. Oh my gosh.
All right, we are back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nothing Major. It's John Isner here with my co-host, as per usual, Stevie Johnson, Sam Query, and Jack Sock. We are, of course, joined with our team at SIF Creative, led by Charlie Fox. So thank you to those guys for everything that they do to produce Nothing Major. So Stevie, me, Sam, and Jack were all in Dallas this past week. So I got to hang out with Q and JS. You were the odd man out. You were the only one not in Dallas this past week. So what have you been up to?
Yeah, I didn't partake in the Wiffle event like you guys. Saw Sam just slinging stuff all over social media per usual at these events. You know, he's become just a content machine. Saw you took a tough L, and then actually have no idea how Jack did because I was really only focused on you. So I actually have no idea how Jack did, but I was busy this weekend taking home a Coto de Casa Pro-Am title. So I'm back in the winner's circle on the tennis court, you know. It was a big one for me. Played with hockey great, the jersey behind me, Timu Solani. Got our third title in the Coto de Casa Pro-Am, so 5 sets of doubles, and my body felt terrible on Sunday after that. Just terrible. I'm not a good mover anymore. I can still hit a forehand every now and again, but I can't move at all. So I was glad to make it out unscathed and bring home the trophy. So a win-win for me on the weekend.
You have both Achilles tendons intact.
Both, yeah. As far as I know, both are intact. My elbow's intact. My shoulder's intact. I'm pretty excited about that because that is goal number 1 when playing these events is to come out unscathed.
How have you guys heard of this event, Jack and Sam? You act like this is some like...
Well, I think Sam's played it.
I've played it. I mean, it's a Southern California event.
Oh, okay.
And I've been to that. That neighborhood's incredible, and that little facility. The facility in there is my doubles partner from the juniors lived in that neighborhood. So when we were out in Southern California, Coto de Casa was like probably one of the only places I actually know.
It's where they filmed like the original seasons of The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yeah, so if you're going back like 15 years, 20 years, you're there.
Yeah, literally like 15 years ago.
I should have known that.
You should have known that as a Bravo. Well, I guess there's only one Bravo network star on our podcast, so he definitely knows that.
We haven't brought that up.
Have we not?
No, the Millionaire Matchmaker?
Yeah.
Maybe briefly?
Maybe briefly, but yes, I was on Millionaire Matchmaker in 2014, I believe.
I remember exactly where I was watching that episode too. I was watching it at Indian Wells. It was at the house that we rented, and I was totally tuned in.
I was so excited to watch that. I remember DVRing it just in case I couldn't watch it live. I was really looking forward to that. It was a great episode, by the way. You were awesome, Sam.
We can touch on that in a future episode, maybe.
Okay, perfect. Stevie, were you solo parenting this past weekend?
No, not this past weekend. Kendall's taking a little trip to New York. So yeah, I got the girls at the house. Veterans Day, no school for us, so bit of a long stretch there. But you know, once my oldest goes to school, it gets a lot easier. You know, you get a little reprieve from that, and you know, it's tough to entertain an almost 4-year-old for like 15 hours a day. It's tough. I'm not that creative. I'm really not that creative. So that's a tricky one for me.
What's the breakfast play at your house when it's just you there?
This morning, let's see. Oatmeal for the littlest one, who's 18 months. And then Emma, my oldest, is just crushing cereal right now. It is like her favorite thing. And she wants it mixed. So she wants Frosted Flakes and Apple Jacks and that's it. And I'm like, it's an odd combo to go with. But I myself am a cereal nut job. I try not to have it too often because it's just not great for you. But like, if cereal's at the house, like I'm gonna crush it.
What's your go-to cereal?
Number one, I think all time it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, there's not really. I don't think there's a close second in that department, but there's a lot of unreal cereals out there. But if there's one I had to eat the rest of the time, it'd probably be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like,
Dude, I'm with you. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, by far the best cereal of all time.
yeah.
No.
No? What do you guys think? Do that, Stevie. Give us your top 2 favorite cereals.
Top 2. Okay. I'm going to think off the top of my head here.
Well, we know what number 1 is.
Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I mean, number 2, I don't think Jack can have this cereal. It's Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs.
Saw that coming from somebody. Oh my gosh.
So it's just another one Jack can't enjoy.
Jack, your top 2?
I'm with you guys on how good Cinnamon Toast Crunch is. I'm debating whether it's you know what it is? It's because like when when the cereal is kind of gone, like the cinnamon flavor is like in the milk still, and you can kind of give a little drink after. So it is hard to beat that. But I am going to go. I'm a huge Frosted Flakes fan as well. So just to not join you guys, I'm going to go Frosted Flakes. And then I have a tie for second between my first ever cereal at my grandma's house when I was a kid was Lucky Charms. So I've forever been obsessed with Lucky Charms.
Yes. Thank you, Jack.
And then this might be off the beaten path a little bit. Maybe not. Frosted Mini Wheats are up there as well for me.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, I had that as an honorable mention.
Yeah, okay. It's an honorable mention. So I'm gonna go a little Frosted Flea, and Lucky Charms for me.
The Frosted Mini Wheats are dangerous. If they're not like soggy enough, they'll really destroy the roof of your mouth. They are good, but you got to pour the milk and almost wait like 5 minutes before you can eat it.
You're worried about eating dangerous cereal?
Yeah, like cutting up the roof of your mouth. It's a thing.
I can't help you there.
All right. Anyways, number 1 is, and this is, by the way, a disclaimer, this is not something I eat all the time, but when
you're
I
gonna
do
like
indulge,
Kashi Whole Foods or something. You're gonna
No.
like
You said it, Jack. It's Lucky Charms.
Yeah, Lucky Charms is fire.
Oh, I
It's
hate Lucky Charms.
really, really, really good. And then number 2 is, I will say, healthier than Lucky Charms. Still not healthy by any means. And it's an iconic cereal, Wheaties, for number 2.
Wheaties?
Yeah, what?
Get out of here, dude.
What?
Dude,
what
Wheaties,
is wrong with you?
Oh,
Wheaties
my-
with some blueberries and a tick of honey.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, we're just talking straight milk and cereal at this point. What are we talking about?
This is the most Isner thing I've ever heard.
No, I mean,
It's like
no,
eating grain.
Yeah.
It's really good. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not. It's tasty. Whole milk has to be whole milk, and blueberries with some honey on it. Drizzle some honey on it, and you're good. Lucky Charms is 1. Wheaties with that
You
combo
can't
is
be
number
adding
2.
extras.
Yes, you can. Why
If
not?
you're gonna splurge on a cereal with a bunch of sugar and everything bad for you, you're gonna go with Wheaties and throw some
I like
organic
Wheaties.
blueberries on it and some organic honey.
Wheaties are. I'm not saying Wheaties are healthy, but I will throw the organic blueberries and whole milk on there to make it a little healthier. This is my list.
All right,
my list.
all right, good list.
I can
Good
have
list.
it.
I'm
Thank you.
with Stevie.
Thank
I
you.
have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. My number 2 on it's a little weird, like a nice granola. I know
What?
it sounds bad. I love
That
granola.
sound- that's weird for you.
Sam. No,
Granola is
you're good.
good. Granola is really good.
Like granola at like a farmer's market, like a good granola.
Yeah, like a French honey granola or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I'm way more about that than organic bloobs on some Wheaties.
Wheaties are bad. I actually had like on my, if I'm thinking of like cereals I hate the most,
Wheaties might be on there.
Wheaties is. I was gonna do
no
Cheerios.
way.
But dude, I had Cheerios on there. I
Plain
had
Cheerios. Yeah,
They're so overrated, dude.
I don't even know what it is.
They're not even good for your heart. Like, it's a lie. That little bee is just selling lies.
You know what? You know what else is also awful? Do you guys ever have grape nuts?
Yeah, Craig, just terrible, dude.
That's the worst thing ever.
I kind of like grape nuts.
Oh, of course
Oh,
you
of
do.
course you do.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just say Raisin Bran is very good.
I like Raisin Bran.
Yeah, thank you. If grape nuts, they serve a purpose. I'll say that much. They help keep you regular. There's a lot of fiber in grape
Does Fruit
nuts.
Loops do anything for any of you guys?
No, it's another one that cuts the roof of your mouth. You can't be having those cereals.
What do you mean, dude? Crunch berries, like, they get a bad rap. That's a great cereal as well. And they cut the roof of your mouth as well, and I'll take it. It's fine.
I don't even know what a crunch berry is. So,
Captain Crunch?
oh, Captain Crunch with berries.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, well, you said crunch berries.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what-
what the box
yeah,
says. You know, I
what
just
the
bought
box
one the
says.
other day.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I think I want to put this out to a vote. The Wheaties slander I didn't expect that, but anyways, Sam, I like your list.
Tastes like cardboard.
Thank you. This is like the one list I feel like you kind of like that I've done ever since we started the podcast.
I do like your list.
Yeah, that was not an insider list.
We know who the thick boys are in this group, by the way, after those
Yeah,
lists.
thank you.
All right, ATP Finals in turn are underway. We spoke about this a few episodes ago. Will Djokovic play? Will he not play? We got the answer. He's not playing. Bit of a surprise to me because he made his way to Shanghai. Maybe some of that was ATP year-end bonus related. I don't know, but he made his way to Shanghai, made a final there, and stopped right then and there. He is going to play the Davis Cup at the end of the year, so his main focus is clearly trying to bring a Davis Cup back home to Serbia, but that was good news for Demon Hour, I believe, who was the 8th person in. So big accomplishment for him. It's the first time he's made the Final 8 event. Jack, you and I have made it before. Sam, you were an alternate. We all agree, I think we agree, that this is a pretty big deal. I mean, for me, it's the culmination of a great year, and you get rewarded for a chance to win a huge, huge title at the end of the year. Yes, the casual fan might not know too much about this tournament, but I want to see if you guys agree with me. This is a big deal for us players, right?
Yes and no. I think it's a big deal. Like the players in it, it's a big deal. I think the top 20 players in the world, it's a big deal. But I think I think 80% of the players realistically know they're not going to make this event, even when the year starts. Like, not to Adrian Manarino, when the year starts, like he knows he's not making the year-end final. So I don't think it's a big deal for him. I literally think this is only a big deal for guys who are realistically going to finish the year top 15. But for those 15, it is a massive deal and an amazing honor and cool to be a part of it.
Stevie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Sam hit the nail on the head. I think he was being nice he could have just said my name instead of Manarino's.
Could have.
I wasn't going to make it.
I was going for active players.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But, I think it's a huge deal for the guys, if you're in contention with it, let's call it, I think around, Cincinnati, you can kind of start to get a feel of like who's actually has a chance of making it. And, the next 3 months for those guys, I think it's critical. Like playing well in the big tournaments. Obviously, you still have 3 Master Series, Cincy, and then another Slam, couple 500s. I mean, it is a massive, massive accomplishment to make the year-end finals, like that. All you guys did, the 3 of you guys. It's an incredible achievement from the years that you guys put together from January 1 till November. I mean, it's impressive to be the top 10 of anything. In anything, let alone tennis. So it is a massive deal. And I think it's something that all of us strive for. But again, realistically, you get to a certain point in the year, it's just not in the cards. So it's, I never thought about it post US Open. So that's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah, I think I was in that category every year of my career, other than the one where I backdoored my way in. So it wasn't like I was really in contention, I feel like, that often, or outside of the one year.
There is now, though. Did you see this? I'm being jealous. There's like these crazy bonus pools now for like Master Series and like 500s for the guys that do the best. I know like we kind of had the bonus pool for like top 12, but now I think I saw the other day that like Arthur Fils did like the best out of all the Master Series this year.
Out of 500s.
Or out of the 500s,
yeah, I think he won 2, and then like in Basel, he like when he won the quarters, he like secured like a $650,000 bonus.
$650K for just doing the best accumulatively in the 500s.
That's good for the players. Yeah,
no,
I mean,
great.
in the bonus, the Masters bonus pool is north of 20 million in total.
I think that goes out to like 30 guys, maybe something like that.
That's 30. It was 12 usually when we were playing.
Yeah, for the top 12.
Yeah.
But obviously weighted, of course, differently.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it is.
It's more money in the game, and that's why that's why you see guys at the end of the year. Obviously, I mean, I didn't realize is it Fees? Arthur Fees?
I think it's Fees.
Yeah, it's in silent.
There's an L in there though.
There is. I think it's
like Monfils, Monfils, Arthur Fees.
It's a French L.
Fees.
It's a French L, yeah. Yeah, because he won Tokyo, and then he did, what did he do?
I think he won
Basel.
like
He won 2. He won another one at some point.
I don't know if it was
exactly.
like Hamburg
Okay.
or something, but
I think it was Hamburg. You're exactly right.
All right, we've got the ATP Finals going on right now in Turin. We've got the 8 players that are there are Sinner, Alcaraz, Medvedev, Fritz, Ruud, Rublev, Demonauer. Djokovic pulled out, as we know. I'm going to start with John because your serve is a massive weapon. Out of all these players right here, like what is the one single biggest weapon that is in the field at Turin? If you had to take one shot or one thing from these players, who's got the biggest weapon in this group?
I mean, they all move so well. I mean, we know that. I'll say the one, probably Sasha's serve, because he's been serving very well lately, and he hasn't been double faulting. Like we know he said he's double fault woes in the past. So I'll say Sasha's serve, like his ability to serve in the percentage in this over 70%. And without many double faults. So for me, it's him. And he obviously backs it up with the incredible return game. So the one single shot is Sasha's serve. And after winning Paris, he's one of the favorites.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jack is a guy who, we kind of touched on it, backdoored his way into this event in 2017. Out of these 8 players, who's the biggest surprise in this field? If you kind of looked at the beginning of the year, it's January, who's going to make it? Does one of these guys kind of shock you that they're into the final 8?
I mean, I think there's the obvious answer of the last guy in because of a pullout, which is Alex de Minaur. Not to take away from how good he is, because he's unbelievable, and not to say he was one spot away from making it on his own. So, but I think when you look at the rest of the list, I don't think you're really surprised at anyone else in there. So, yeah, I think Alex de Minaur is going to have to be my biggest surprise for this year.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. This is kind of like almost a weird thing to say. My most improved player for the year is Sinner. And even though he ended last year probably at 2 or 3 in the world, I think he's gotten that much better. Stevie, out of this group, are you with me? Is Sinner the most improved? Is that a weird thing to say, or is it someone else?
no, I don't think it's weird to say. I mean, he's won 2 slams this year. He's really come into his own, not that he hasn't before, but, there's a different level that, none of us reach, right? I think there's a different level of, just cracking the top 10 and then solidifying yourself at 1 or 2 in the world and being talked about as a favorite in every single event you go to. And, look, even the US Open this year, with everything surrounding Sinner, he still goes out there and wins the tournament. Like, to be that mentally kind of strong and to throw the noise out, it's pretty impressive what he did those couple weeks. But every week it just seems like he's talked about as the favorite, and he is the favorite. And, I still think there's a lot of ways these guys can improve, and that's scary for the rest of the tour.
John, Sinner the most improved?
Yeah, he's I think you hit the nail on the head there, Sam. I would give it to Sinner or Fritz, but probably Sinner. I think I would put Taylor number 2. I don't know. I mean, his ability to keep raising the bar, and now obviously, of course, it appears that him and Alcaraz are going to be tussling a lot for Grand Slams going forward. But his ability to hit the center of the racket, no matter where he is on the court, whether he's sliding way out wide on his backhand side or his forehand side, is incredible. So he keeps on improving. He's improved his net game. He serves and volleys some. He comes in 3-4 years ago, didn't come to the net at all. He's changed his serve on top of that. He's gone from the platform motion to the pinpoint motion, which I'm a fan of. And so anyways, yeah, he keeps improving. That's what the greats do. Like, he's going to finish number 1 in the world. We know that. He's going to go back to the drawing board and try to get better. So it's very impressive.
I have a question, actually, before we move on. I don't know if you guys saw this like a couple weeks ago or within the last, maybe it was before Paris. Like, Sinner is trying new rackets. Like, I think he had people in Monte Carlo, like, trying a bunch of new frames. Is that weird to me, to you guys? Like, he's number 1 in the world. Like, what is there that he needs to change? Like, I feel like that's an odd move.
From head?
Is that confirmed?
I mean, they're all black. I don't know. Like, it seemed like they were probably all head. Like, maybe he's, testing something. But when you're 1 in the world and you're winning slams, like, money's not the issue. You're getting the biggest contracts. Like, am I like off on that, or is that normal?
I feel like that's just what the greats do. You're number one, you still try to keep getting better. If there's another racket that'll give you like more spin or more pop, or it feels better even when you're dominating, you do it. It's just like a golfer number one in the world. I feel like they tweak things in their golf swing in the off season.
Yeah, I know like Rafa went down in like gauges on strings as well over the years. I mean, that's obviously maybe getting older or more fatigue in the arm, everything. But yeah, I mean, I guess those guys are trying to find that 1%, 2% here and there to get, I guess, even that much better, which is hard to believe.
I didn't know he was changing.
I don't know if he's changing, but he
or not changing, not skirt. Excuse me. I didn't know he was trying. Yeah,
these are just rumors that Stevie's spreading
from the internet. The internet's never lied to me before.
Okay, yeah, did not know that, but again, I mean, maybe he'll, keep his old stick. But yes, that's what, as Sam said and Jack said, that's what the greats do. They always continue to improve. We saw Federer eventually change to that bigger Wilson frame, as opposed to that kind of Sampras head size one he played with for the longest time. So these guys continue to evolve in that regard for sure.
I also have Fritz Demonar as most improved. Just wanted to throw that in there before you guys, not Sinner, but
yeah,
Demon,
Fritz or Demonar, probably Fritz number one, Demonar two.
Yeah, take out ranking. Sinner won Australia and the U.S. Open. Alcaraz won the French Open and Wimbledon. Which would you rather have? Which slams would you rather have if you win 2 in a year? And for me, I don't even like the French Open, but like I'd take the French Open, Wimbledon over like the 2 bookend hardcourt slams. I think it's cool, like to say you won like a clay court slam and then Wimbledon over the 2 hardcourt slams.
Yeah, I think like as an American, I think it would be hilarious to win the French Open because that might, just never happen again. So like it would just be objectively funny to see your name on that list of, it's like Nadal, Johnson. Like that'd be ridiculous. Like that. I mean, not even in my wildest dreams would that even be possible. But yeah, the summer ones would be cool. But the U.S. Open is the U.S. Open. It'd be unreal as an American to like hoist the trophy there.
Wouldn't you rather win Wimbledon over U.S. Open?
No, I don't think so. No, I'd rather win U.S. Open. Yeah.
Wait, John? Wimbledon or U.S. Open?
Wimby.
Jack? You kind of won Wimbledon.
His name's on the board.
Your name is on the board.
He's got a trophy that says Wimbledon champion.
Dude, he's on there twice.
Isn't the Wimbledon trophy really small?
Yeah, I kind of won the U.S. Open. What do you?
Oh yeah, you did.
That's true. Yeah,
my bad.
Twice.
You kind of won the U.S. Open twice.
and he kind of won a gold medal too.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's kind of had a good career.
He's kind of good. Beach in half court. No. Oh man.
Talk about the Wimby doubles was cooler than U.S. Open doubles. Yeah.
Yeah, for half court, yes. Wimbledon doubles was cooler than U.S. Open. Although our weirdly enough, we had a decent for Arthur Ashe Stadium, which is never even going to get halfway full for doubles probably, but it was like a fun lower bowl with some more sprinkled in, and it was a fun atmosphere. But I think the Wimbledon doubles best of 5 sets, so it's actually a very physically grinding test. And I think everything goes with it. You go up into the thing. There's Royal. You go in the Royal box, and they do the trophy thing there. And Wimbledon for sure for doubles. Singles, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. With Stevie on the American thing at the Open, but the Wimbledon prestige as well would be tough. But yeah, Wimbledon doubles.
All right, going back over to John. If these players are stocks right now, whose stock are you buying going into the 2025 season? You can't pick Sinner either because we know he's going to be really good.
These 8 guys.
These 8 guys. Who are you buying stock in? Who's going to finish higher? All right, they're ranked what they are right now. Next year, who's going to finish higher than they currently are?
Man, you go to the top guys and they're sort of just like they're holds, right? You don't buy or sell. I'll buy Medvedev stock. I think he's had obviously he's had an incredible year, but he's been leaking a little oil lately. You could say he's kind of lost his mind a little bit. So I'm going to say Medvedev. I think he can next year. He can certainly win a Grand Slam, especially on a hard court. It seems like his window's like closing for sure. I mean, like Sinner is like dominated him this year. Medvedev beat him at Wimbledon, but Sinner beat him pretty easily at the U.S. Open, and they had that. Medvedev was up 2-0 on him in the Australian Open final. So, but I'll say Medvedev. I think he'll get some rest, get his head right. I'll buy his stock going into 2025.
Stevie, I'm going to flip it. Whose stock are you selling going into 2025? Who's going to end kind of lower than where they're at right now?
I think I'm going to have to say Rublev on that one. Just out of these 8 guys, he's an incredible tennis player, but the mental side of things seem to go wayward more so than the rest of the guys in this, in the World Tour Finals. So I feel as if the other 7 guys, exactly what you're going to get on every given day they step out to the court. They're going to compete. They're going to, first to last ball. They're not going to let too many things bother them too often. And I feel like Rublev can just kind of go off the rails mentally from time to time. So just for that reason, I think he had the most up and down year of the rest of the guys in this group. So, he's won some big titles, but he also had a lot of first round losses. So it's just one of those things where the consistency's not there, where I think it has been for him the last couple of years, but I think this year was much more inconsistent, and he's still 7 in the world. So very impressive though.
This might sound crazy, but I'm selling a bit of my Alcaraz stock. I've lost a little faith in him here late. He's kind of throwing some bad losses. I can see him ending next year at 5 in the world. I don't.
Whoa.
At 5, I'm just saying not 2 or 3, 5.
No, he's one or
I'll take
one or
that bet
2.
on you. I'll take 1 through 4, and you could take 5 and everything else.
No,
take any number you want.
You get 1, 2, 3. I get anything else. What do you
just said he'd be 5?
I said maybe.
No, let's just give him 1.
Give me 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Can I get in on that too?
Yeah.
You want it on my
Jack?
side?
Jack wants to take my side, I think.
No, I'm gonna a $93 bet so I can get the shipping charge back.
I'm betting that Alcaraz will end next year ranked 4 or worse.
No, I'll take 1, 2, or 3.
I don't see that happening, but for the sake of 2v2 here,
no, it could Sam
It's
can
a
go
hot
one.
take. It's a hot
major,
take.
and I'll even give major injury bet is void.
Okay.
Look, he's good. He's really good at his Alcaraz hot takes.
He's
you are really good.
He's
really
ranked
good at Alcaraz
3
hot
right
takes.
now, for Christ's sake. It's not like he's 2 and dominating the others.
I don't love it, but I like the 2v2 here.
All right, boys, let's go down memory lane. I will lead this segment here talking ATP Finals experience because my only experience was from the couch at my home, and you 3 all got to enjoy it. Sam, albeit enjoyed it from the couch, just in London.
Couch from the event in London.
Were you in London? Was it in there too?
London as an alternate.
So what does the World Tour Finals do? I mean, obviously we know the biggest events, they all do great things for the players. It's all very, it's very enjoyable experience to be there, the slams and whatnot. Does the finals do stuff differently from a player's perspective? I know there's only 8 singles, doubles teams, so it's a lot smaller field, but how does the tournament look from a player standpoint once you guys get there? Samuel?
Well, I was only an alternate, which was still cool. As an alternate, you get all the perks as every player. You just don't get to play in the event.
Any good gift perks or no? Anything like...
You get all the gifts. I remember I was there the year that Jack was playing in it, 2017. We got the Bang & Olufsen speaker. I feel like we got something else too. I can't remember. But even as an alternate, you get your own locker room with your name engraved on the towels.
Oh, that's cool.
And you get 4 hotel rooms. They really go out of your way to make you feel like you're not an alternate sitting on the bench watching. They do. It's pretty nice, actually. It's kind of a vacation week. John was an alternate one time. You kind of you go there in the morning, you watch the matches, you go home, and you go back in the evening, watch the matches. Generally speaking, no one really pulls out. It does get a little boring by day 5, 6, but you're being paid well and you get a lot of perks.
Dude, boring is It got to the point, I was the second alternate, I remember. And in London, to get to the O2, you got to take the boat every single time. So as the alternate, you have to be there. The rule is you have to be there on site for the first 40 minutes of the match. Once the match goes on court and they've played more than 40 minutes, you're free to go. Because if they play less than 40 minutes, someone rolls an ankle or something like that, then they need content out there on the court, or else they have to refund all the tickets. Therefore, they throw in an alternate, or in this case, potentially both alternates.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So that's the rule. So if someone rolls an ankle, well, the guy who won the match by default, his work is done. So then they throw out both alternates out there to play an exhibition or something. So yes, just so the tickets didn't have to get refunded. But in London, as I was saying, as Sam knows, you take the boat in the morning for the day match. You take the boat back before the night match. Take it again back to the O2 for the night match. 40 minutes passes. You go back to the hotel, back on the boat. So that's 4 boat trips a day times 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I was on Friday, the last day of round robin play, and in the afternoon, I'm there. I'm like losing my mind. My flight's tomorrow. I think it was Stan versus Murray, and I'm in there and I see both of them warming up. Like they're ready. It was like a big match. The winner moves on to the semifinals. Like they're ready to go. Like all right, I'm thinking like, all right, my work's done. I'm out of here. I can't wait another 40 minutes. So I get on one of the boats and I go, and I'm like, the boat's 5 minutes back to the hotel, and Fernando Sanchez, as you guys know from the tour, starts blowing up my phone. He's like, John, where are you? Where are you? You got to get back right now. And the boat has like 25, 30 other people on it. And the guy gets on the speaker and goes, we're sorry, everyone. We have to turn the boat around. There's someone who's on this boat who should not be on the boat. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I get up and Fernando was destroying me just in case someone got hurt in the first 40 minutes of the match. Had I been at the hotel, they would have had to refund all the tickets. So if that happened, the tour would have lost like millions of dollars because of me, because I wasn't on site. Anyways, I had to get back there, and like the matches had already started, and while I was on the boat, and I only had to wait like 15 more minutes, and I was free to go again. But the alternate experience in London was a lot of fun, but by day 5 on site, got pretty tired.
Just so people know too, if you are an alternate, I don't know what it is now. You got like $100,000 to be on call for the week, so it wasn't like a favor you were doing anyone. Yeah,
Sam, were you practicing? Because for me, it got to the point like Wednesday. I'm like, I don't want to practice. The season's over. Everyone's healthy. I see them all, ready to go. And I got to the point where like I was praying that my name was not going to be called, because the product I'd put out on the court was going to be so bad. I stopped practicing by like, maybe I practiced a little bit on Sunday and Monday, and like kind of hard in preparation. And then once I realized I wasn't going to play, I completely stopped.
I was just like warming everyone up every day. I feel like I would warm up like 3 times. I'd hit with Federer for like 30 minutes, warm him up for his match. Then I'd go over and like warm up Dimitrov for his match, and then maybe go hit with Rafa later in the day. So just like a little warm-up buddy for everyone.
Yeah, well, no one ever wanted me to warm up with him, so I wasn't hitting at all.
You're a good warm-up. You're a good hit.
Thank you.
Underrated.
I'm a sneaky good hit. Sam touched on that last week. I'm a sneaky good hit.
I didn't want to continue, praising you last week. I really wanted to just kind of keep digging at you last week. So that was a good one for me. But enough with you two guys. Let's go to the resident podcast member who has won this tournament in doubles and made the semis in singles. Can you touch on those experiences, Jack? Is there a difference, singles, doubles, title, but like, winning the World Tour Finals is winning the finals. Like
I'll touch on it. One's a real, one's you played singles and made the semis, and one's a fake tournament in which you won the doubles.
Would you rather make semis or win doubles? I'm joking.
I think you'd rather be an alternate.
Be an alternate. Both years were incredible. Both years were in London. I think we all had that city is incredible. The boat ride is it's different for sure. It's not a quick transport car over, but they put you up, as Sam said, at a hotel. I had family, friends there, put you up in a really nice big room, and they take care of you incredibly well. Sam said we got this cool Bang & Olufsen stereo thing one year. The second year was an electric bike they sent to the house that had a missing part, so I never was able to put it together. So that just never happened. But for the tennis part of it, yeah, the 2017, obviously I was there not expecting to be there to start with, and then it was probably some of the most free I think I could play, just because I didn't expect to be there. Like I said, backdoored my way in, and then I got put in a group with Roger Federer, Marin Cilic, and Sasha Zverev. Didn't love my chances to start, but was playing great by the end of Paris, and had a good some good practice and everything before it started. And then I get matched up against Roger in my first one, so you can chalk that up to 0-1 in group play to start. Had the fun point where I bent over at the net and got him to miss an easy forehand, which was pretty funny moment. And then went on to have some pretty awesome matches against Marin Cilic next, and then it was me against Sasha Zverev to get out of group play to make semis. Ended up getting through it, playing some great ball on to play Grigor Dimitrov in the semis. And before we went on the court, we knew the winner of that was going to play David Goffin in the finals to potentially win the World Tour Finals.
Who did he beat in the semis?
I think he beat Rafa. Yeah, I think he.
Who beat Federer?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he beat Federer. My bad. It wasn't Rafa.
Oh,
yeah, he beat. Yeah, sorry. He beat Federer and Grigor and I were for the second slated match or whatever. So we saw that happen. Went out. I think I won the first set even against Grigor, and then it was fairly. I think I did, or it was close. It might have been fairly routine after that.
It does say 0-3 in the last two sets, but you won 6-4, then 0-6, 3-6.
Yeah, he started playing well. So yeah, made an awesome semi run, fairly unexpected. Wish I could have had a chance at Goffin to make to win the World Tour Finals, which would have been probably been the worst winner of all time, hands down. But I know it would have gotten me to. I would have finished 3 in the world had that happened, which would have been pretty insane. So I was 3 sets away from doing that, but then ended up winning 3 more games. And then on to the doubles the next year with Mike Bryan. It was, for me, it was definitely, I could say, less intense.
Why were you playing with Mike? Why wasn't Mike playing with Bob that year?
Yeah, so Bob had a pretty horrible injury in Madrid or Rome. Madrid that year. I think he just basically destroyed his hip playing a doubles match there with Mike. And I remember I was right before Wimbledon sometime, a few weeks before Wimbledon, I got a call from Mike Bryan, and he said, hey, would you want to play Queens as a warm-up event and then play Wimbledon together and see how it goes for maybe the rest of the year, as he's obviously looking for a partner. I thought he may not play because I never thought they'd really not play with each other. So I was pretty honored to get the call and to kind of suit up with him. And we went out to Queens, lost first round. I think he probably reconsidered the phone call to me, and then went on to win Wimby, win the US Open, and then make the tour finals. And we had a fun week there. He practiced a lot more than I did. He was at the site a lot more than me, but I think we all love both of them, and so it was definitely fun to share the court with him and to share that memory with him.
You hit the hardest forehand of all time.
I love that video
because I was following Jack's. I was playing singles. We were the night. So everyone, it doesn't matter what session we're, but Jack was playing doubles right before I was. So I was in my little locker room watching Jack play, and he had a sitter forehand kind of mid court off of a kind of a floating volley, I'm assuming, and Jack hit a forehand. I have the video on my phone, and it's incredible how hard he hit this forehand, and he hit Marcelo Melo right in the elbow. He got lucky because he hit it so hard. There was nothing he could do, so his natural reaction would just go like this, and it caught him in the elbow instead of the rib, because it could have got him here. I think he would have broken a couple ribs had the elbow not taken the brunt of that ball. So one of the lasting memories of my 2018 experience, because I went 0-3 in group play, was seeing that forehand Jack hit on Mello. It was pretty funny.
Wasn't there one you hit like through Joe Salisbury where you almost killed him?
Oh yes,
That one was hit harder.
That was
you
the same
you
year,
just hit
no?
it like over his head.
No, hit
No,
him
he
in
hit
the
him in the
head.
head.
Or hit
Hit
him
him
in the
head.
Yes.
That was at Davis Cup a couple years ago.
Oh.
I will argue the Mello forehand. I have the video. I'll show it to you guys. I don't know. Well, let's ask the horse here.
I
What
think
was a harder hit forehand?
Well, the Mello one was definitely hit harder. The Mello one was hit harder. The Salisbury one like dove into his forehead, and he also did a weird crouch move. So
was more
honestly,
lethal.
that's on him. That was, headshot. And there was also another one in the doubles because Mello was playing with Kubat, and I think I ran around a second serve and I hit a forehand equally as hard, maybe if not harder than the Mello. The Mello one just sounded even worse because you could hear it throughout the stadium when it hit his arm. But I hit a return that went like through under Kubat's arm or through him, and in the slow mo, he's standing at the net like this, waiting for it to come by, and the slow mo, the ball's already moving fast enough where it's past him. I think bouncing in the side of the baseline somewhere, and he starts turning after it's like getting back to like the video board. It was pretty classic as well. So I had some fun in that one.
Your forehand in doubles, which is why I always only wanted to play with you, not against you, is the scariest thing in tennis. When Jack had a short forehand and he like wanted to go through you, not around you.
No, Ed, you didn't want any piece of that.
There's
Any
a handful of
piece of
people
that.
I would not hit around. I'd probably try to go through a few times. So
I would just turn around and just concede. Please don't hit me.
Even if you got it back, you weren't going to like hang in there and like stick a volley back. You were just like fighting for your life, and you'd pop another one up, and Jack would just do it again.
you make me sound like a bad guy here.
No,
It's on me.
dude. If I had that forehand, I'd hit people too. When did you know you were going to play? Because you were the 9th guy, right? You were 9. When did Rafa pull out? Was he in London at all? Or did you like go there knowing you were in? Because you were 9, correct?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I left. After Paris, I was 9, and the rumor was that Rafa was going to pull out, but no one knew for sure, right? I mean, every time at the end of the year, he always was dealing with something. So I told myself after my 20, whatever the year, I forget which year I was the alternate. I was not going to be the alternate again. I can't do that. It was tough. So I'm like, I had a good feeling I was going to get in, but I didn't want to wait around in Europe for another week to find out. So I went home. I went back to Dallas, and I was on call, looking at my phone all the time, waiting for, a text from Greg Sharko or Thomas Schrader or someone from the ATP, right, to tell me that I was in. And so I was staying in shape, definitely. Like I was still like trying to stay in tournament mode. I actually will never forget. I left. It's weird. I left Soul Cycle. I was leaving a Soul Cycle class. Yes, I can fit on the bikes. And I get in my car after Soul Cycle, and I got a text. I think it was from Thomas Schrader, saying that Rafa had pulled out and I was in. So like booked a flight the very next day and flew back over to Europe. But it was tough leaving Paris. As you guys know, once Paris is over, you're kind of like, all right, the season's done. But I was trying to stay in match mode, and it just was a weird feeling when I got back over, across the pond in London to try to gear up against the 7 best players in the world. Maybe that's one of the reasons I went 0-3.
I will say I almost enjoyed as much that you're watching you play, the fellowship of like having one of these guys there. And yeah, that made the days a little bit better.
All right, boys. Good memories there from the World Tour Finals for you guys.
All right, y'all, that is it for this week's episode. John, it's your turn for Random Player of the Week. Appreciate all of you who have been supporting the podcast by leaving us ratings and leaving reviews. If you haven't, please subscribe to Nothing Major on your favorite podcast platform. Leave a rating and a review. We really appreciate it. It helps us a lot. Also, you can follow us on all the socials. The handle is @NothingMajorPod on Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. Yes, we are now on YouTube. You guys asked for it. We delivered. Hope you enjoy those full episodes. We have the full audio episodes every Friday, and finally on YouTube with full video episodes every Monday. All right. After all that, John, it is your turn for random player of the week.
Got a good one. This one was actually said when we posted the random player of the week up on Instagram. It was in one of the floods of comments we got. This one was said, and excellent choice. I'm just going to regurgitate it. I think all of y'all know him. Sam, you definitely do. I think Sam, Jack, you and Stevie know the guy. Florent Serra of France.
Hold on.
Do you already say him?
I said it last week, dude.
Last week.
What is wrong with you?
The good thing we're recording.
Oh my God.
It's all good. I have another French guy. It's all good. It's all good. I tuned Stevie out. You know, obviously.
I tune him out too.
I have another French guy. It's all good. It's all good, guys. Relax.
Probably gonna be somebody else we've said.
Relax.
I was hoping you would say something like that.
It's another French player. He's very random. Gosh, and he's a little bit older than our pal Florent. Cyril Saulnier. Remember him at all?
That's a made-up name.
I don't know.
It's not.
That's not ringing a bell.
You did a cereal episode, so Cyril.
Cyril Saul. All right, let's look him up. Okay.
I don't even know how to spell that.
I do. It's Cyril. I'm telling. Here it is. I got it.
Give us his highest ranking.
Retired in 2007. Okay. Turned pro in 96.
Jack and Stevie started playing like 2010.
Okay, but that's my choice.
True. Yep.
Highest ranking, 48 in the world.
Your second choice today.
Second choice today.
Your pick, your choice.
Yeah, as we said, I tuned Stevie out. When he talks, I just let's go walkabout, you know. No, Cyril Saulnier is my random player of the week.